Welcome to the Gamecock 22 YouTube channel, and today we're going to be predicting Tennessee Volunteers 2022 football schedule. And this time we're doing it on a slideshow like most of my videos are, but this time we're doing a schedule prediction with it instead of doing it on my phone. So this is better. So yeah, let's just get into the Volunteers schedule. So Tennessee this year plays versus Ball State, then at Pittsburgh, then versus Akron, then versus Florida, then at LSU, then versus Alabama, then versus UT Martin, then Kentucky, then at Georgia, then Missouri, then two road contests at South Carolina and Vanderbilt. And I personally think that Tennessee's going to have a good team this year, going into their second season with Josh Heupel. And they have a good quarterback, a really good quarterback in the name of Hendon Hooker coming back. And one thing, their offense is going to be elite again, like it was last year, probably better. And they're going to have a top 25 team definitely this year, and could compete for the SEC East. So let's go ahead and predict the schedule. We're going to start off with Ball State, which I think everyone agrees it is an easy win. Yeah, it's definitely easy win. It's just a warm-up game essentially. But then we go into the Johnny Majors Classic at Pittsburgh. This will be a tough contest, but I do think that Tennessee will get it done. I think Pittsburgh will have a down year this year compared to the season they had last year when they made the ACC championship. But this year, I feel like Tennessee will get this game, and it's going to be a good win for Tennessee in the Johnny Majors Classic. Then this game versus Akron, not much to say. I'd say it's another easy win, so not much to say. But then going into this Florida game, I do think Florida will not do much this year. I feel like we'll be in the bottom three of the SEC this year, along with Missouri and Vanderbilt. And it's a home game for Tennessee, so that makes it just more likely for Tennessee to win this game. Then they have to go on the road to play LSU, which could be a tough game because LSU, we don't know how they'll do under first-year head coach Brian Kelly, but he had some good years at Notre Dame, and it's not a home game. It's an away game. It's in Death Valley, so that atmosphere will be electric. And I feel like even though the odds are stacked against them home field advantage wise, and it could be a close game, I feel like Tennessee will get the W. And then we have the Alabama Crimson Tide, who I feel like will have a great season this year, as usual. But I feel like this game could be closer because both have great offenses, and it's a home game for Tennessee, and their atmosphere, that will definitely help the Vols. But even with all that said, I do feel like Alabama, being Alabama, will get the W. Then there's UT Martin. Not much to say here. This will just be an easy win. I mean, it's just another cupcake game. But then they have two back-to-back hard games in Kentucky and at Georgia. Now, I feel like Tennessee is better than Kentucky, but Kentucky's still a good team. I feel like Tennessee and Kentucky will have good seasons this year. I think Kentucky South Carolina and Tennessee will compete for that second spot in the SEC East this year. So I feel like Georgia will win the East as usual, but I feel like South Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky, any of those teams could win the second place spot in the East. But this game, I just feel like Tennessee's a better team. Maybe not the more physical team. I think that the better team will get the win here against Kentucky. But then they travel to Athens between the hedges and play the Georgia Bulldogs, the defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs. This is a road game, which doesn't help Tennessee. But I feel like Tennessee has the better offense. But even though Georgia's defense will be worse, I feel like Georgia is just the better team all around. They have a better defense, and Georgia's offense is still pretty good. I mean, it's not on the level of Tennessee, but it's still a good offense. So I'm giving this game to the dog. And then the final three games. Versus Missouri, I feel like that will be a win. I'm not real high on Mizzou this year, so I feel like Tennessee's the better team, and Tennessee will get this win. This is the hardest game left for Tennessee in the rest of the schedule. It's at South Carolina. Williams-Brice will be electric, so it'll be hard because South Carolina will have a good offense and a good defense, or a pretty good defense, and I think they're going to have a good offense. Still not as good as Tennessee's offense, but still a good offense and a great quarterback in Spencer Rattler. I might be a little biased as a South Carolina fan, but even though I have bias, I still think Tennessee is the better team, and they will get this win in this game, even though I hate Tennessee. So this is disappointing, but I mean, I have to be at least somewhat realistic when I talk about games against South Carolina. And then the final game of the season at Vandy. I mean, I feel like it's going to be an easy win, obviously, because even though it's a rivalry game, this will be probably an easy game because it's Vanderbilt. I mean, come on. They don't win more than 2 games a season a lot of the time. Like maybe once or twice every decade they go bowling. But I do think that Tennessee will get this win over rival Vanderbilt. Thank you for watching the Gamecock 22 YouTube channel, and this concludes the schedule prediction for Tennessee in 2022. And you can tell me how wrong I am in the comments. But as always, Spurs